Do you can you still speak Icelandic?
About as good as a 5-year-old.
Exactly. Guest is one of the hardest working creators in the YouTube community. He is someone that specializes in TTMs, but he also does lives, pack rips, taste tests, and even does movie and TV reviews. He's definitely a community stalwart. So please welcome to the Collector's Chat, Jon, the Autograph Fisherman. Hi, Jon.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thank you. And thanks for joining me. I've been a fan of your channel for probably over a year now. And
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have you on the Collector's Chat to find out more about you, your channel, kind of what makes you tick. So my first question for you, and before we do that, because I've done this in the past where I've started before introducing the game, okay? And are you familiar with my version of it? We say a word. It's an everyday word, or it's an everyday word used in everyday conversation. And if you say the word Jon, this duck will come down, and on the other side is the secret word. And if you say the secret word, you will win these prizes. And I must say, this secret word, for good or bad, is going to be a little more difficult than normal. But for that reason, I'm going to tell you what the surprise is at the end. Here are the prizes. This 1979 unopened Grease pack from
Yeah.
movie Grease. Battlestar Galactica. I think that's a 1978.
Nice.
Unopened. The gum is still in it. Marvel Universe. This actually is a foil pack. Yeah, it's not wax, so I think it's like from the 90s. Still cool though. Still cool. Here's Bo. Here's another pack, a wax pack from the 70s featuring Bo Derek. And last but not least, Elvis. And this one's from the 70s also. I think it's a 78. So we're talking packs that are probably over 40 years old. So you would probably want to eat the gum at your own risk. But what I was kind of hinting at, as far as the word itself, might be a little more difficult than in past shows. But in past shows, if someone got the secret, or if they said the word, they would get one pack of their choice. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Jon, if you get this word, if you say it during our conversation, I'm going to give you all 5 of the packs.
Oh,
okay. So good luck. And thanks for indulging me in that little part of silliness here that we do.
The secret word is
I just wanted to ask you, Jon, I love your name, your channel name, the Autograph Fisherman with Jon Burgess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you tell me about how you came up with your name, especially the part of Jon Burgess? No, I'm just kidding. But the autograph fisherman part would be awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, no, before I had this channel, I had another one that was completely fishing called
Okay.
Shoreline Fishing. And that one didn't do anything. And so this was going to be a side project. And I was talking to another channel, Autograph 2000. And he said, hey, why don't you mix the two? So I'm like, well, I'm going to be doing mostly autographs. So, and I'm a fisherman, so autograph fisherman. And I got the with Jon Burgess because it's a throwback to, do you remember Rain Izumi? Real Fishing? Because it's real fishing with Bob Izumi.
No, I don't. I wonder if that was more of a regional Canadian show.
I think it was a Canadian thing, but his show was Real Fishing with Bob Izumi. So I thought,
Okay.
a little homage to him.
Yes. Yeah, I remember. Do you remember? There was I love fishing myself, and I remember used to watch Babe Winkleman. Do you remember? Does that
Yeah,
name? Yeah, I remember
yeah,
him. Yeah, that was, and some other ones I can't remember. But no, that's cool because I love the tie-in because when you're doing your TTMs, it is like fishing for but fishing not for fish, but for fishing for autographs, and I kind of think
yes, it
that's
is.
a cool play with play on words. And I
Yeah.
love your logo too, where the guy is fishing. That's kind of neat. So
Yeah, that was created by Cash and Dad.
oh, okay, that's a fellow YouTuber.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Right. No, that's neat. So yeah, that's kind of, so what you're saying, John, is like you started out doing fishing and then you progressed into cards, and that was about what, 3 years ago or so?
Yeah, a little over 3 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe
All the old videos from my old channel is actually in a playlist on this channel.
oh, okay, so that would be like all your fishing channels and or
Yeah.
fishing content.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so if anyone wants to check that out and see what the other or what the how the autograph fisherman derived his name, check
Yeah.
out John's playlist for those. All right. So you're, you're doing TTMs, you do product reviews,
Hmm.
lives, you do a lot of lives, and then you
Yeah.
play NHL. Is it NHL live that you play on your?
It's EA Sports
Okay.
NHL 21 that I
Yeah,
play.
you do that, and then I've seen you do television and movie reviews also,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Am I missing anything?
Um, I do a little bit of fishing on this channel. It's been a long time,
Oh,
but I
okay.
do a little bit of fishing on this channel still. Um, but besides that, I can't really think of anything.
How many?
Actually, I've started doing
Yeah.
one thing, and that's my 3 channel shuffle. And
Oh,
that's where I pick 3 channels each week, and I let AI write a song about them.
oh,
So,
okay. I remember that. Yeah. All right.
yeah,
I'm familiar with that because I've kind of joked with you and say, John, you sound really good, but
yeah,
that's actually the
yeah,
AI voice. So
yes, it
yeah,
is.
I mean, you have your fingers in a little bit of everything, it seems. So I mean, when do you have time to eat and sleep? Because it seems like you're like, how many do you put out videos every day, John?
Actually, every day, yes, at least one. Occasionally, I'll put out another one. Um, I actually only like sleep 5 hours a day, night,
Okay.
but I just I'm addicted to doing recording
Yeah.
stuff. Completely addicted to it.
Yeah, because as a subscriber to your channel, John, and if you're not subscribed to the Autograph Fisherman, I'd highly encourage you to do that. John just puts out great content, and I'm probably not only do you put out a video every day, I think you're putting out it seems like almost a video or some type of content every few hours. I'm getting a notification, so
Yeah,
you'll
I
never.
do one long video, like one regular video at midnight, release it
Yeah,
at midnight, and then I have 3 shorts that come out.
sure. Yeah, talk about John. Do you think like the main part of your channel right now is the TTMs or what is your
Yes, it
favorite?
is.
Okay. Talk about
Yeah,
maybe, John, how you got into the TTM aspect of your collecting.
well, the times were a little bit rough, and I was selling my hockey collection.
Okay.
So somebody decided to pick up a whole lot of them. I'm like, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me that he's sending them through the mail to get autographed. I'm like, you can do that? So he kind of told me how to do it, a website to use, and I started doing it for a charity auction, actually. And that was for men ending trafficking. So all the autographs I got went to there.
Okay.
And then after the auction, I was still getting autographs back. I'm like, hey, I want to keep them now. And I started collecting them. And that was about 7 or 8 years ago.
Okay. Okay. And what is some of your more favorite TTMs that you've gotten through the
Well,
years?
one of them is actually this one, Sammy Joe Small.
Okay.
And I like this one a lot because it actually says, to John, small steps, big dreams
Yeah.
on it.
Like that's great.
So,
And they add a
yeah.
little bit to it.
Um, and then, of course, the second one I'm going to show, I have to throw in my favorite hockey player, Thane Fleury,
Okay.
on the rookie card. That's just 2.
Didn't wasn't Flurry's kind of initial claim to glory? Was he with he was with the Penguins, wasn't he?
No, he never played for
No.
the Penguins. He always played
Oh,
for the Flames. He won the cup in '89 with the Flames.
oh, the Flame. Okay. Who was I thinking was the Penguins goalie during all the glory championships? It wasn't Flurry then, huh?
Tom
Okay.
Barrasso.
Barrasso?
Oh,
Okay.
you mean lately, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh, see, Flurry. Okay, I
Yeah,
got you. That's where I got confused. Yeah, I remember Tommy Barrasso. He was with the Sabres also.
yes, he
See,
was.
for me personally, when the North Stars were here in Minnesota, that's when I really followed hockey. And I followed
Hmm.
it a little bit when the Wild first did. But to be honest, I haven't followed hockey really closely in a while. So my frame of reference is a lot of it is from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. So
He was a
I
Minnesota
appreciate your
player.
knowledge. Who is that?
Um,
I can't, it's hard for
Brad
me.
Maxwell.
Oh, yeah. He had a great slap shot.
Yes, he
Brad
did.
Maxwell. Yes, he is. That's great. I love that autograph. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's like in my wheelhouse. So yeah, thanks for sharing those, John. So were you essentially a hockey card collector did you collect those as a kid or did you start later in life?
I actually started when I was 5 collecting hockey cards,
Okay. Early.
and my dad got me into it because he wanted me to start collecting something to be proud of.
Hmm.
So yeah, I started collecting when I was like 5.
Okay.
Obviously, none of them survived. Nobody cared about them surviving,
Okay.
but it was just a lot of fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Around 91 is when I started tapping into baseball cards. But
Well, that was.
yeah, I was
Let me
mostly
interject.
into hockey.
Just let me interject something real quick, John. That 1991, that was a big year in my parts of the country because the Minnesota Twins won the World Series that year in
Yeah,
1991.
yeah,
So that has special moments. So that's when you started doing baseball.
yes.
Let me guess. Is your favorite team the? Well, actually, it could have been a couple. How about the Blue Jays or Expos? Is that
Um, I grew up. I live about an hour away from Toronto,
okay?
so the Blue Jays were stuffed down your throat. So I had to cheer. I had to cheer for the Expos.
Oh, okay. I like the Expos myself also.
Yeah, but now obviously it's the Jays.
Yeah. Well, I had Rip from Rip 'em All on this comment on this collector's chat a little while
Hmm.
back, and he was telling me it's very difficult to get tickets to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes.
Um, or it was. I don't know if it still is as much, but when I'm uh, when I'm at Target Field, and the Blue Jays are in town, there's a ton of Blue Jays fans that come down here in Minnesota because I was told that it's actually, well, two things. One, it's maybe easier to get tickets, more affordable, and two, it's actually even closer for some people to, if
Yeah.
they're like in Winnipeg and stuff like that to come down.
Yeah.
So I mean, when I say there's some Toronto Blue, I mean, if they have like, I don't know, 35,000 at Target Field, half of them are Blue Jays fans. So it's pretty
Yeah.
neat. Yeah. Okay. You're well, I have a question for you. What is one thing that people don't know about the autograph fisherman that they would be surprised to find out?
Um, from my grandparents back are from Iceland.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Okay.
very close to being, uh, and when I was a kid, my parents wanted to move to Iceland. That never panned out, but it's
Hey! Look at that.
no way.
Iceland ice. We're gonna give that to you. Iceland ice. Well, I thought that was gonna be very difficult. But as it turns out, John, as I knock over my mic, you nailed it. So I'm gonna send you all 5 of these unopened packs. So I'll get
Sweet,
your address later offline, but congratulations, John. That's
sweet.
great. Appreciate it. I thought I might have stumped you, but no, you came through like a shining star. And yeah, congratulations. Okay. Continue. So your grandparents are from Iceland.
Yes, and my parents wanted to move back to Iceland. So until about kindergarten, grade one, I did not know English. I only knew Icelandic.
No way. Wow. Wow. Do you can you still speak Icelandic?
About as good as a 5-year-old.
Exactly. Where's my or yes, can you say anything in Icelandic like a 5-year-old would, or is that
Um,
putting you on the spot?
well, I can say good or not, which is good night.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Good or not?
yeah.
Nice.
Um, lots of it actually sounds a lot like English. Like
Sure.
bed is
Yeah.
actually room in Icelandic.
And then room is actually bed.
Yeah. No, but 8 is 1.
Interesting.
So yeah.
That is okay. No, that is I wasn't expecting that. That's a great that's a great fact that and I am definitely surprised to find that about you. Okay, this might sound a little dark, but it'll get better. What was your worst memory growing up, John?
My worst memory growing up? Well, honestly, I was in this is in Barrie, which is um, about an hour drive, 15-minute boat ride from my place. Um, it was at the Legion, and we were waiting for my grandfather, and a seagull got hit by a car, and I just lost it. I think I was like 6. But
Mm.
besides that,
Mm-hmm.
um, I really don't know much bad stuff. Usually, the bad stuff in my life, um, I don't really see much as being bad. It's all
Oh,
lessons learned.
that's awesome perspective. So you must have a love for nature then, if that seagull getting killed affected you in that way.
Oh yeah, big time love for nature. That's why I have this. It's
Oh, the
Canada's
polar
nature.
bear.
Polar
Uh,
bear, black bear, grizzly bear, wolf, moose, deer, and eagle.
I was watching one of your recent lives, John, and did you not find that in your shed or something recently? It was kind of
Yeah, it was
a
actually
hidden
it was in
treasure.
a tote. It was in a tote in the closet.
Oh,
That
okay.
one. The
And
record was in the shed.
now you got those proudly displayed. And then it looks like you have a dolphin back there, a big Miami dolphin.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've been a Miami Dolphin fan since Dan Marino.
Well, that's another interesting fact. Okay. All right. So yeah, you had Marino, you had Super Duper, Mark Super Duper, you had Mark
Mhm.
Clayton. Yeah, those are some great teams for sure. Yeah.
I know more about the CFL than the NFL, honestly.
Well, that was one of your favorite cards, was that CFL card, was it not?
Yes. Yeah, the Rocket Ismail. Yeah.
Yeah, growing up here in Minnesota, we learned, or we heard some things about the CFL. I didn't know a lot, except the field has a little different dimensions than a NFL field. I think that's correct. And then it seemed like growing up, was it Edmonton that seemed like they won the what do they call it? The Great Cup?
Great
Is that?
Bowl. Yeah. There's only 6 teams, so
Yeah.
it's really easy for a team to repeat because
Okay.
Toronto won it quite a few times.
That makes sense. So who's like the New York Yankees of the CFL? Is there one like a team that spends up, or maybe they have a salary cap or something?
Um, Honestly, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I know Toronto used to throw out some crazy numbers out there when Wayne Gretzky and John Candy owned it.
Oh, okay,
But
that's neat.
besides that, I can't think of anything.
What's your favorite John Candy movie?
My favorite John Candy movie, hmm, Spaceballs.
Yeah, because he played the Wookiee character, whatever they
Yeah,
called it. I can't remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I loved John Candy. He was great. He definitely died way before his time, that's for sure. Um, okay, no, like I said, that was kind of a dark question, so I'll have to switch gears. So, what was your favorite memory growing up?
I have to say it's a tie because it wouldn't be right to say one or the other. Well, my daughters were born.
Oh, of course. Okay, speaking of your family, John, are they like supportive of what you do here on the YouTube or with all your collectibles in general?
Oh yeah,
Are okay, that's good.
yeah,
Well, I remember
um,
seeing I think I've seen your wife on some of your videos before.
yeah. She's actually been quite a few now. Um, we have a lot of fun together when
Good,
we have it. So I know lots of people occasionally even request her to come on so we can bounce off each other.
right?
So yeah,
No, that's
it's a lot
awesome to
of
have a
fun.
supportive family in this hobby. Because, like I say, I mean, kind of what we do is kind of, insanity, but so it's good that our family supports us in our insanity. But what is John, your least favorite thing about the hobby?
My least favorite thing about the hobby would be obviously the prices.
Yeah.
Um, it gets frustrating with the ones that don't come, like the autographs that don't come back.
Mm.
Um, I say about 50% uh, comes back,
Mhm.
50% gets lost.
Okay.
But
So if you have a
besides
really good,
that, there's not much that I
well, if
find
you
frustrating.
so John, if you have a really good card, you probably don't want to send that off. Then, if only 50% come back, I imagine.
No, that's definitely right. You don't send out a card that you don't mind losing. You
Right.
wouldn't send out a Wayne Gretzky rookie card kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly,
Like
exactly.
all that's why I usually collect junk racks
Hmm.
because I can always go, oh, he's signing, so I'll pick it out of my collection and send it. Um, then I just like the '90s
Hmm.
style. There's just something
What
about
would?
the '90s I like.
Yeah, well, that's good because it's probably even a little more affordable than
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
speaking of that, what would be your or if you can name one, like what would be like your holy grail of cards? Like if you could like have a magic wand and say I can get this card, what do you think that would be?
Um, I would have to say there's a one of one printing plate of Thin Flurry that goes
Oh,
for um on Com C. It's going for about 5,000.
okay. That'd be cool. Um, what or how many TTMs, John, do you send out like every week? Do you send them out daily or weekly, or how often do you send out TTMs, and how many do you do?
I send once a month,
Okay.
and I do 24 a month.
Okay. So in that 24 a month, you might get 12 back on
Yeah,
average.
roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you said you've been doing it ever since that auction,
yeah.
which was like
About
three
7 or 8 years ago.
yeah. So in that time, just rough estimate, how many TTMs do you think you've had returned to you that were signed? And
Including the ones I sold,
yeah.
um, over 3,000.
Oh boy, that's crazy. That's awesome. To have
But when I
3,000.
first started, I was spending like 150 a month on it.
Okay. That's because some of the players charge you for
No,
autograph.
no, it's just that's how many I sent out.
Do you ever send
Um,
it to players that charge, or you just stay with the free ones,
um,
or both?
Actually, I do tend to stick with the free ones, but here's one I got recently. He charges 20 per, and it's definitely worth it. Dennis Eckersley.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been focusing on hockey, but yeah, you do baseball and other sports as well.
Yeah,
That's a
I do all
Hall of Famer.
sports, non-sport. I have Tim Allen.
Oh, that's
So
kind of right up my alley. Love that.
I actually even have an astronaut.
Get out. See, I guess I'm sexist, John. I wasn't even thinking of female. I was thinking of like a John Glenn or something. So very cool. Very cool.
And I'll show you this one because you mentioned that it's up your alley. There's a Tim Allen.
Oh, okay.
It's on
That's
Buzz Lightyear.
that's funny. And then he's got like
He just has
interesting
a scribble,
autograph.
but
Yeah, just scribbles. But hey, it was from his hand, so
yes, it
that
was.
constitutes an autograph. So are there any like what do you call the white elephant? Like an autograph that you really wanted to get, but it's just invaded you. You haven't been able to get it, but it's still on your radar, like like
It's
you're hunting
actually
down.
in this envelope that I'm going to open on Maiden's
Oh,
Live. I sent to this person. I'll say who it is because the live's tonight. It's Richard Petty.
Okay.
I've sent to him no less than 6 times. I've never got it back. Never got it back. But everybody else gets it back every time.
Okay.
Something that we've noticed, me and Zach Collections noticed, is that nobody in Canada seems to be able to get them.
Okay. And you're
Zach got it for me.
You're gonna open that on the live tonight, you said?
Yeah, on Maiden's channel. It's a members only channel though.
Okay.
Members only live.
Okay. Okay, because I was gonna say we're recording this, so they wouldn't be able to see it tonight live. But but regardless, it's not really something for the public, or is it? Okay.
But I will be doing a mail update in a couple. I'm not sure when you're going to release this, but in a couple days, I'll be recapping all the mail.
So go back into Jon, the Autograph Fisherman's archives, and look for the mail update to see what is inside that envelope from Richard Petty, because Jon's been trying to get that signed for a while, and he may have finally achieved his goal. So awesome. That is great. That's great. So what's your favorite thing about the hobby, Jon?
My favorite thing about the hobby, every day I go to the mailbox is like Christmas Day for me. Because I am so excited to get one of these envelopes back and ripping it open, seeing what it is, sharing what it is. It's just so exciting.
Sure.
For me.
Yeah, I've only had a couple TTMs in my whole life, and I tell you, they are exciting. It's just the anticipation and everything. And in fact, and I'll share with all the viewers, Jon he's invited me onto a live. I think we're going to do it February 1st, and that's what is that, Zach's? What is the channel that the live will be?
It's actually on my channel, Autograph Fisherman's channel. Okay. Zach Collection is my co-host.
Okay.
So that's at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Awesome. February 1st.
Yeah.
I'll be on there, and guess what? I'll bring my only couple of TTMs that I've ever gotten in my life, and I'll revisit those and share those with you, and I'll bring some other special things to share, because Jon basically said I could bring and share anything I wanted to. So
yes. It's very relaxing. Relaxed.
Yeah, it's fun.
Here.
Yeah, and I love it's and I will say I love Zach because he's got this, I don't know what you could say, like a dry sense of humor, but it's great. He's fun. He's entertaining. He's very knowledgeable, as of course you are too, Jon. And is it just you two, or it's you two and a guest usually, or is there a third host?
Usually, it's me, Zach, and Tony from Sensei Domino. Okay. But he's a teacher, so he's really busy right now. Sure. So while it's the winter months, we usually try to get a guest on to fill that third spot.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll put the link. I'll put a link to that to your channel, and everyone can find that. And February 1st, that'd be great. Of course, I'll put a link to everything else that Jon's involved with. Jon, do you have a Facebook or Instagram or any other Twitter?
I do have Instagram.
Okay.
I am on Instagram. To be completely honest with you, off the top of my head, I'm not 100% sure if it's Autograph Fisherman. I think it's Autograph Fisherman. Okay,
well, I'll find it out off air, and I'll put the link on the bottom during the editing. Yeah, we'll get that. So check out Jon on Instagram. I know we're gonna wrap it up soon, but I since I have a hockey fan, especially from Canada, here as a guest, what are and this is kind of maybe putting you on the spot, but do you have a Mount Rushmore of all-time greatest hockey players in your opinion, Jon?
Actually, I do. Okay. I would say Theron Fleury, number 1.
Okay.
Then I would say Al McInnes.
Oh, nice. He was a
Then I would say,
Calgary Flames too, wasn't he?
yeah,
Or was
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Then I would say Al Iafrate.
Okay. I'm familiar with the
And
name.
yeah, and goalie, I would say Bill Manford.
Okay. What I'm just taking a wild guess. Was he Bruins or who was he with mainly?
He played for the Bruins to start with, and
Okay.
but he won the MVP, like the Conn Smythe with Edmonton
Oh, okay.
in
Great.
1990.
Yeah, so yeah, I know yeah. Edmonton, yeah, that was shortly after their dynasty, right?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
end of the dynasty. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever get to see Gretzky and the boys, Messier and any of those guys? Did you ever get to see them play in person
No,
or? Okay. Have
no.
you been to a hockey game? Because I know it might be a weird question, but I asked Rip and he said he had never been to an NHL game before.
I've been to a few. Like I said,
Okay.
I've grown up about an hour south of Toronto, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not that hard for me to get to a hockey game.
Yeah.
But like Ripon is in a different province,
Sure.
so it's
Yeah.
hard. It is really hard for him to get
Yeah,
get to it.
he goes to the minor league games though.
Yes, he
Think.
does. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, I grew up, as a North Star fan, and Toronto was always terrible. And what I read about that, the reason was is they had this owner, Harry Ballard, I think it was his name,
Mm-hmm.
and he was
Mm-hmm.
very stingy, I guess, and he wouldn't spend much money on the team, and therefore it was never very competitive. Is that a
Yes.
pretty accurate characterization of that time period, or?
Yes, it was, and a lot of bad choices. Really bad choices. Like we traded a first round pick in '91 to New Jersey for what was his name? I can't even think of his name. That's
Yeah,
how bad it was.
kind of proves your
The number
point,
one
right?
pick ended up being Scott Niedermayer.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
just
those are bonehead things that will do it. Daryl Sittler, he was a good Maple Leaf, wasn't he? I remember him.
yes, he was, and he's a
Yeah.
good signer.
Oh, okay.
Lanny McDonald.
Okay.
I have both of those.
Shout out to BK Stashy Stash, because
Yeah.
Lanny's got the great red mustache.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That was actually my dad's favorite hockey player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Daryl Sittler's my mom's.
Okay. And so Lanny McDonald was mainly Calgary Flames, right?
He made his name in Toronto.
Oh, he did. Okay, I didn't
Yes.
realize that. Okay.
Then he got traded to Colorado.
Oh, okay.
That was back when it was the Colorado Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got traded to Calgary.
Okay.
And that's where he won his Stanley Cup in '89.
Well, maybe that's why I associate Lanny with the Flames, because of the Stanley Cup. I got.
Oh yeah, that picture's it's just amazing with his big beard holding the cup.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to share, John, as far as?
Yeah, actually, I have 2 possible TTM returns.
Okay.
What I do on my channel, and this is something that was suggested by Lisa Z, to open them blindly on the channel, so you get my pure reaction. So I have no idea, even if it's signed or not. So
you're gonna open them. You're gonna open them here right now.
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's awesome! Thanks, John.
And this one is actually from Santa Barbara. So fingers crossed. And it's good. They're signed. And that's Casey Candell.
Cool.
on
remember
the
him.
Astros upper deck.
Yeah.
And I've been collecting this set, getting as many as I can, the 91 Donruss.
Yes.
So there's a 2 for 2.
Nice.
And this one's from Colombia, not the country, SC. And there's another good one. Show Zach's Collections.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Landrum.
No, I remember him. Yeah. That's awesome. That's nice blue ink. Nice autograph.
Yeah, on the 91 Donruss. So yeah, so there's a perfect 2 autographs there.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you never know what could have been in those. It could have been some nasty note like, "Hey, I don't want you sending me any more cards. Get out of my backyard."
You never know.
Oh,
I just want to say one thing. You know that grease pack that you're sending me?
Yes.
John Travolta actually signs.
Well, if you get a Travolta card in there, or I don't know, do you plan on opening them or are you going to leave them sealed?
I'm opening them.
Okay, well,
I'm going to be making a video about it.
You get a Travolta, that would be very cool. That'd be very cool. Now, if you could, do you just want to open that Richard Petty pack right now?
Actually, I'm going to save that for the live.
No, I'm joking, John. I'm joking.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. No, hey, it's been a pleasure. This is the first time we've actually talked to each other, even if it's virtually. It's great because I feel like I know you. I've been, watching your channel. You've been doing it for 3 years. And like I said, I mean, you're very active. You're putting out a lot of content. You're entertaining. You're informative and educational and entertaining. And for that reason, and I'm going to disclose this right now because I'll be doing a video on this in the next couple of weeks because I think the deadline is at the end of January. I'm putting you, John, on my YouTube Hall of Fame card collectors Hall of Fame ballot. So I'm going to put your name on there because that's how much I appreciate you and your channel. So
wow, thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
I'm speechless.
Okay.
Nicely.
No. And I'm going to get this out before that deadline. So, you would be someone for the other viewers to maybe at least consider. And I'm sure they have considered you if they have been subscribed and watching your content. But if they're new and haven't, check out Jon's channel, The Autograph Fisherman, Jon Burgess. And I'll put a link on the bottom. Any last parting words, John?
Not that I can really think of. To be honest with you, you kind of got me bumbled. That's a very big honor, and I do appreciate it.
No, of course, I appreciate you for all the reasons I said. So, thanks again, John. I'm going to put you off and then say some closing words. Okay? Thanks again, John. Appreciate it. See you on that live February 1st.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. That was great. That's Jon, the Autograph Fisherman. And for all the reasons I said, his channel is entertaining and educational as well as informative. Great interview. I hope you learned as much as I did, especially with the TTMs to get that live opening. That was exciting. And I hope you, like I said, if you're not familiar with Jon's channel, check him out, give him a subscription. And if you may have stumbled across my channel for the first time, you're not subscribed, I really appreciate subscription. If you would so desire, if you like what I do, look at my previous archives or my previous videos and check it out. If you like this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. Love to hear your comments. And until next time, this is Rob Sagady, the commenting collector, saying good collecting.